Hi, it's Pat Campbell, and I'll tell you that it's about 10:30 here at night, and I've had a full day of exciting weekend. Uh, and yes, very nicely that Pillow is calling my name here tonight, just like it is for many of us who are still up and rocking it in our day, getting things done in that last 10 or 15 minutes. Um, This video is about that question that you have when you think, am I going to go live? Do I really have something that's relevant to share? Do you feel like sometimes when you want to create content or you want to start a conversation or do a live like this and wonder, really, do I have something to say that anybody wants to listen to or make a difference in someone's life? And that's nonsense, complete nonsense. We all have life experiences and we have stuff going on that somebody else has a common experience with. I remember in the summer, I was listening to Ray Higdon, and I've been listening to him a lot lately. I am in his rank maker group, and it's a fantastic place to be in terms of good generic training for building. But he said in the summer, we owe it to, and I wasn't particularly, I mean, his group wasn't even formed, I don't think, when I heard this. He said, when you have a group of people that are following you either in an email list, as a team that you're building, that you have on your social media page, remember that they're looking for you to show up every day, that they're looking to hear what's going on inside of here, what you're feeling inside of here. They are looking to see you show up. And that's one thing that I kind of use as a get up there and use your voice to remember that there's always something that can be a special reminder and nugget to the person who is perhaps listening to a recording, who comes on live, who is hearing what your message is. And so tonight what I want to talk about is the work that I've done this weekend. It's the activity. It isn't necessarily the results, although I think it's fantastic results. And that is, I sort of was in a challenge to ask folks to listen or to watch a company video. So I'm in business with a MLM that I've been in for 20-something years. I've done a lot of building, especially in those early days. We had fun building our team, and I had, it was rock star performance. And stuff sort of, I mean, it's been 20 years, right? So this weekend I went for my 6-week haircut and asked my hairdresser to look at a video, and she has used some of my product. She, takes it and leaves it sometimes, but she does like it and she likes me and whatever. Oh, sure, I'll watch your stuff. And so video number 1 is watched. And then I reached out to somebody else that I have a real regard for. Transparency, ability to communicate, and busy in lots of activities. But I did. I reached out and I said, would you please? And yes, that person did. And in the course of the conversation back and forth, I got a cell phone number and we had a live conversation. That was fun, and I think that very meaningful for me. And I expect it went both ways. That conversation is open-ended. I have an invitation to continue to pass on videos or whatever. And, sort of a consideration that if he's interested, he'll come back to me. That's awesome. Another experience was another person I met on social media who was so sweet, doing her own gig and having some fun with that, having some things already in place for what her needs are, but willing to look at my video. I thought that was awesome for her to be generous with her time and do that. And again, that's another open-ended conversation. And what's important about those things is not so much that there was a sound of cha-ching, but more importantly for me is the feeling that I'm in business again. In those early days when I was sponsoring people, I don't know, I mean my you know, to me it didn't seem like a big deal, but I was sponsoring 10 and 20 and whatever people a month or something, and but it's because, you know, you have that early honeymoon on fire belief and results in what you're doing, and you talk about it all the time, right? And then you get complacent with it, or you get familiar with it, or whatever happens. And people, you know, knew, liked, and trusted me from way back then. Sort of, but sometimes you lose that same fire, of course, if you're in something for a long time. It's like a marriage. Well, maybe not. It's like living going out to the mountains, and you think, oh my gosh, the grandeur of these mountains, and then the next time you go out and they're not so grand anymore because you've seen them already once, and the third time was like, do we have to drive through the mountains? You know, it's kind of like that sometimes. But so all I'm saying is that show up in your business somehow. Remember that the message you have in your head is important to the people that you're working with and building with and you know, servicing. Be sure to have the confidence in yourself to ask, because people are waiting for you to pop the question. In fact, I said that to someone else I was talking to this weekend from overseas, and we were having a great conversation, and then I said, well, I guess I'll pop the question. And it was kind of funny because he knew exactly, I mean, he knew where I was coming from. And but I have to say that it was fun. And, you know, it takes a little bit of keeping straight of who got what when, and how to follow up to see if they watched the video and all that kind of stuff. And it just felt like, you know, good things were moving. So tonight I want to encourage you, if you're in business or if you have something going on in, well, again, I've said a couple of times, in relationship, in your own health, but particularly in business. Show up, be creative, take action, and take responsibility and celebrate some of those little things that happen. And I always appreciate if anybody hears this and this makes sense for you, you had fun listening to my story, give me a thumbs up. A heart will be fine. I always love to hear a private message from you, or a comment below, of course. And we'll talk to you again. Bye-bye for now.